Well, hello everyone, I am Fracture and this is Let's Play Two Worlds 2 on the PC. Looking at the map, we can now head back to the old witch, because we found her journal. But when we look at my inventory, I can remember the button. We certainly are finding a lot of these old pieces of paper. Now, whether we want to search around and find them all, I'm not particularly of a mind to read them all. But they seem to just be randomly scattered. Now, I don't know if that's sort of a long-term quest. We're supposed to search this whole swamp, end to end. Or if at some point we'll be told we've found them all. When we were finding the pages one at a time, there was certainly no counter saying 12 of 20 or anything like that. So this could be quite, well, annoying to me. I don't particularly like quests like that with no progress meter. And yes, I hear that buzzing too, but it's just generic buzzing. So for now, I think what we'll do is just go ahead and return to the witch and at least progress that quest. If we happen to stumble across more of those pages, more's the better. No, backwards. Take it out. Come on, grab your bow. Gonna need it. So, let's hope this place doesn't have a tendency to repopulate too much.
Let's get this over with. Warned you.
So, really not particularly necessary to do this, but since we're here. Oh, I really hate when that happens. Blackbone, is that new? Is this the first one of these we've dealt with?
Good.
I've certainly got more undead thyroid than we can shake a stick at. Now, why one would want to shake a stick at an undead thyroid, I'll leave that for you to decide. Well, that's odd. That's the, well, who knows? My guess? Something fell out of the map. Hey.
Please hurry.
I found something. I hope this is the right one.
I'm forever in your debt.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
What is it?
aniseed. Has it been so long? It's not native to this area, but
Where can I find it?
I used to grow it in my garden at Tierkalti. It's quite resilient. My plants should have survived on their own. They are quite adept at seeding, even in hostile areas.
I think that is the garden I already looted, so we may not have to do any traveling here.
I don't know much about plants, but I'll do what I can.
Don't return without it. Please. The location should be in my journal. The garden is quite hard to miss.
I'm on my way.
So let's take a look. She wants aniseed. Aniseed is a licorice tasting seed. I don't know what it would look like. Mint. Okay, this aniseed may only show up once she tells you to find it, I suppose. Okay, fair enough. Let's see if we can find some aniseed, and it's not too far away, so. That sounds like... Nope, nothing attacking me. Okay, this is the farm that we had looted, and it looks like we have a new plant. Yeah.
What's this?
Big and ugly. And I'll probably need to take my bow out.
Stay down.
And we have an Ent. Sawtooth Oak Guardian. Something tells me this would be resistant to fire. It's got quite a kick. And he doesn't seem to like to go through gates, which is to my benefit.
Good.
Back to Anna. Anna? Why did I say Anna? Her name's not Anna, is it? Oh, probably still thinking about aniseed. Nalia.
Hurry. There's not much time.
Hope this helps.
I take it we're even now?
Here's your journal. How you feeling?
Ah, I can feel the life flowing through my veins once again. Though I have a confession to make. I was hoping I could ask you for yet another favor. To recover another spell we may need. My memory isn't what it once was. For this, I apologize. But the spell in question is a rapid casting charm which gives its user much higher speeds than normal. I could do much more to protect Tyrgil if I had it.
I brought everything I found.
It's quite all right. It was never mine to begin with. I helped him create many spells, but as I became invested in my garden, he continued his work with the clergyman. Garradel, as you've called him.
Garradel did have some scrolls in the temple. He mentioned using them to protect the village.
It's possible he kept them, if my young mage indeed perished.
Not a chance. The man asked me to kill you. I can imagine how closely he'd guard something so powerful.
I suppose it's worth my time.
Tell him what I've told you. Explain what happened. Perhaps he still remembers me.
Whether he does or not, I doubt he'll lend them out. I'd rather take them now and explain myself later.
I'd rather you didn't, but...
We won't have much choice.
No. The scrolls were quite large. It would have to be somewhere in the temple. But probably not in plain sight. We used to tell the story of Tyrgil's former mayor. He was a thief who kept his spoils in hidden compartments littered throughout the village. After he had been exposed, people learned of their locations. One was found in the temple, but I can't remember where. Search the temple. I'm sure he'd keep them there.
And if I see Aiden?
Tell him I'd like to see him. A reunion is long overdue.
All right.
Nalia, now that you feel better, I need to ask you about a name I found in your notes. Gandahar.
You sound as though you know him.
I wish I could say otherwise.
He's alive, isn't he?
He's declared himself emperor, ruling with magic and fear. Outside this swamp, he's known as a tyrant. I stood against him once before, but he returned.
My young heart wishes greatly that you're mistaken, but my years tell me otherwise. He's hurt you. Quite deeply.
Others as well.
As a healer, I have certain gifts. Limited though they may be, I can share thoughts, sensations, emotions. These wounds may not bleed, but they require healing just the same. Will you show me?
Does it hurt?
Only for a moment. We will relive your memories in an instant. Though this time you won't be alone. Will you allow me to...
Of course.
Then, relax. Close your eyes.
Your mind to
Think
my
of
mind.
a calm summer's evening. Think of serenity, of quiet.
Aye.
There you are. Oh, my dear boy.
What is it?
Your sister's wounds cut you much deeper than your own.
And Gandahar?
I can see that everything you've said is true. Worse, I'm afraid. I can't imagine what's led him down such a dark path. Perhaps I've been away from the outside world longer than I realize.
I understand. I'll give you some time alone.
Thank you. But be mindful. Those memories, your sister. Pain isn't what defines you. It's what you do with it. The wounds will heal, and I can help if you'll let me.
I'd just as soon hold on to them for now.
Go now. We still have much to do.
Right. I'll be going then.
Well, that was exciting. All right. On to the town again, I believe. Now this time it's back to the cathedral. Just a thought, but I'm thinking these scrolls, or this scroll, isn't going to be particularly well hidden. I think for some undescribable reason it'll be glittering. I don't remembering it being this far. I guess we're completely to the other end of the island. If I spent a little more time figuring out those few teleporters that are scattered around, probably could have saved myself a bit of a jog. I think we're almost there now. Yeah, I think we could have stepped into that other one we passed and we would have ended up here. So something tells me that's not the hiding place. That would be
Let's see.
a little obvious. Okay, that didn't finish the quest, but...
Did you find her?
Ah, hello.
Is she dead?
She saved my life.
My gods. You spoke with her?
Her name is Nalia. She was an herbalist in Tir Khalid. She said that you knew her.
That mage I spoke of, who attempted to free us. Nalia and him were quite close. I had a great bond with him as well. That is how we are.
Gandhar.
Right. When he disappeared, and the people had no one to blame for the darkness pouring over our land, most blamed Nalia for their hardship. And yet, she'd lost so much already. We found her body, hanging from the rafters of the chapel.
Then...
You could not have spoken with the real Nalia. I warned you about her power, didn't I? She is a great deceiver. The most evil of demons. No doubt, she retains control of the souls she's consumed even now. It's no surprise that... Wait! My scrolls!
I'm only borrowing them. Nalia believes she can use them to protect you all from whatever lurks in the swamps.
I have a tendency to trust her more than this guy, to be quite honest. He has the international goatee of evilness around him. So we're going to continue on the path we're following.
If she is what you claim, I'll finish what we began.
Okay, so he's not fighting my decision.
There you are!
I don't think we've met.
I'm Fiona, the seamstress. I've been looking for you everywhere.
Why's that?
Aiden, he's... gone.
Gone.
He got worried about you and left. Roy tried to convince him not to go, but he just wouldn't listen.
Where is he now?
We're not sure. Roy found a letter from him after he'd returned from talking to the blacksmith. I'm not sure he's... I don't think it's just about saving you.
What are you saying?
Aiden lost everything. We've all tried to pick up the pieces. I think that caring for all of us, I think it's what kept him going. Please, take the letter. Hopefully it will help you find him.
Where would he have gone?
I don't know. He was worried that you'd get lost on your way. He mentioned the old tower, the chapel, the ruins, and the cemetery. Knowing Aiden, he's probably checking them all.
Then so will I. And I'll find him.
I hope so. And please, come back when Aiden's safe.
I will. Thank you, Fiona.
Good luck.
I think we're getting to the end of this video, but before I leave, I kind of dread this. Do we want to go through all of these papers we picked up? Well, let's take a look at what they are. Okay, if they're this kind of length, I'm not too worried. Dear Gandhar, I haven't seen you for a while now, and I'm worried about you. Please, let me know what's going on. I can't say much for myself, other than I'm doing fine, and I miss you dearly. Love, Nalia. To my dear people of Tirgil, I never was one for writing letters, but I thought this would be best way to express myself. I shall give it to the Huntsmaster Ryok and instruct him to read it to you on the morrow. For half my life I've helped you all in every way I could, but for weeks now I felt I could no longer go on. It was 20 years ago that my beloved Nalia died. Don't act surprised. We all know it's no secret, and every day becomes a harder burden to bear. Only the welfare of the village has kept me going thus far, and even that it is now beginning to wane. I'm sorry if you find it selfish, but I simply can't go on. This newcomer, I've spoken to him. He had a good look at his heart. He may be the one to take my place. The priest seems to think he can slay the witch and free us. Well, no offense, stranger, but I'm not entirely convinced. What I do think is that you have a strong will and a stone heart, and you will make an excellent provider for Tirgil and her people. Don't try to follow me, By the time you see this, I will no longer be with the willing, with the living. I have a potion with me that acts instantly to drain the life, and I want my body to remain at the old chapel by Tir Kalti, the same where I first saw Nalia, and, as well realized, I was in love with her. I go there often and have always thought it would be the only fitting place for me to die. She used to grow plants there, my love. Before this, darkness withered them. I carved a figure of her and buried it, hoping it would spring new life to those seeds buried in the soil, but with no such luck. Now, since I cannot be with her, I wish to be with her likeness, even if it is one of my own making. My thanks to you all. I will carry my memories of you, my people, into the next life, or if there is none, to be found to the shadows of oblivion. Aiden. On rapid reinvigoration of magic and mercurial restoration of magical abilities. Many methods have been used. The purpose of regenerating magic, from herbal to purely thaumaturgic. Okay. None, however, will restore exhausted magical energy as quickly and as efficiently as Walgurd's Wile. Dearest, I am very close to completing the mixture of the potion we discussed. In case that it needed explaining, just imagine how much we could achieve with it. At the very last, we will give me more time to be with you. That is more precious to me than gold. Nalia, I'm not in the habit of making apologies, but I must do so for what happened yesterday. I don't know what got into me. I understand if you won't see me again, but I'm hoping you'll give me a second chance. There is so much I want to prove to you. You don't know how much you mean to me. How could I have been so selfish to demand you never meet with this man again? I wish things could just go back to normal with us. We can't let this die. It brings too much happiness to my life, and I cherish you. I know you'll need your time, and that I'm the last person you'll want to see right now. So I've told you what I need to say in this letter. Take all the time you need. I'll be waiting. Love, Kenny G. I saw you with your boy again. I've had enough of this. You will tell him to leave you alone. This is disrespectful to me, for you two seem together in public. You will stop your meetings at once. Everything has a limit, and so does my patience. This is the last time I'll ask. My dearest, the time since you left has been weighing on me like nothing else. It seems like so long since I've seen you. I can't take you off my mind. Your scent, your skin. You look at what you do to me. I'm gushing like a little girl. I miss you, my love. Come home to me. Then we can run off like we planned, that little cottage in the woods, the one with a fruit orchard in the front yard, where I can get you alone as often as I want. Okay, you. My love, I have the list of ingredients we need. Success! The list is quite long, so no time to waste. I'm leaving for the west. As soon as I finish, I'm not sure what that even means. I'm leaving for the west. As soon as I finish writing this. Don't worry about me. I'll be fine and back by your side before you even notice I'm gone. Until then, remember that you are never far from my thoughts. Goodbye, my love. Nalia, great news. With Garadell's help, the priest in Tergil, we may be able to break the barrier, at least for a short time. I know I haven't been in contact since the experiment, and for that you have my apologies, but we're so close. Once I'm outside, I'll do everything in my power to liberate the village. I hope you understand why my contact has been thin. One more thing, if I don't make it through, I want you to know you are very dear to me, and my love for you will never die. I've asked Garadell to take care of everyone in the village in the event I don't return, and I'm sure he will. Remember that you are always on my mind, blah blah blah. I've never seen anything like this in all my life. Hordes of undead wandering the swamps, called up from their graves from beneath the mire by some curse or black magic. My heart races when the shadows appear through the fog, and fear has taken on a new meaning. I now know just what degree of horror must have clutched the hearts of those of Tir Kalti. May they rest in peace. That explosion that killed them, what we caused it. How could have I been so stupid? I should have known the dangers of such an experiment. How could I believe it would be safe, that no one could get hurt. How could I let it happen? And now, most who survived fled off to Turgil and met their fate there. The majority of them bore wounds too severe to survive longer than a few days. What a fool I was to be talked into this. I knew something was amiss, and even still I allowed the experiment to commence. How did I believe him? And now, all I can do is try to pick up the pieces. Every day there are casualties in Turgil from the attacks by the reanimated. Unless they do something to protect themselves, this massacre will never cease until all is lost. I must do whatever it takes to help them survive. I failed them once, never again. Years have passed since this darkness encroached on our land. No one knows what brought the dead back to life. It's a joke to even call it that, but all I've been able to do since it happened has been to fight to keep the ravening beasts away from the village. I couldn't save everyone. Many died just attempting to cross the swamps, and the search parties for those who were lost trying to escape or simply wandered off, countless more dead. Thank the gods Aiden was able to survive. Without him, well, I dare not imagine. Protecting him within my powers is one of the only ways I can ensure their survival. I know he wouldn't use this protection to try to run. He doesn't have it in his heart to leave them. Kandahar, you have hurt me beyond words. I deserve more than just a short note. So, you want a clean break? Fine, you've got it. Actually, no, I can't justify that. You've damaged my heart in ways you can't begin to describe, and I still pray to the gods that they'll hasten your return to me. Please, what we had deserves so much more than this. Okay, so that was rambling and nowhere near as exciting as that time book that I read. But well, it seems to go in several directions. Of course, the witch had a relationship going with Kandahar. The guy that's protecting the village, I've already forgotten his name, was hot for the witch as well, but obviously that didn't work out. Now he's off to kill himself. But all that's going to be in the next video. Sounds like the quest that we must do next is to run off and find the guy before he offs himself. But instead of leaving my level up to the next video, let's go ahead and take care of that right now. Get it out of the way. And I think this is maxed, yes. Still don't feel like putting any points in any of those. Let's check to see if I can add a point to this. Indeed I can. And let's add a point or two over here. This one is maxed. At some point it's probably useful to put some into poison, but as I keep saying, I have potions. It's set to level 6 already because of some gems, and I have potions to add to that. So let's go ahead and put a point there. So there we are, leveled up and ready to go, and we'll see you in the next video. So I thank you for watching, and I thank you for listening. I encourage you to leave comments, suggestions, or infantile abuse. I promise I read it all. And if you like my videos, don't forget to subscribe to my channel or give me the thumbs up, and we'll see you in the next one. Have a good one, folks. Cheers.